Welcome back to 2147 Crew. Today, we're going to talk about the 131 Stage 4 kit that I had installed on my 2022 Road Glide back in January, and we've passed 6,000 miles. 6,286 to be exact. Let's just show the proof here. Can we see that? Yeah, 6,286 miles. And I haven't had any issues with it, with the exception of it not wanting to start when I pulled over to help a fellow biker that had a flat and it wouldn't start, but it was some throttle body codes that the motorcycle gave out, and it turned on after that, and I haven't had any issues with that since then. So, but in terms of the engine itself, just to recap, I got it dynoed, and I'm getting 125 horsepower to the wheel and 135 pounds of torque, and this is all under warranty here, and I haven't had any issues in terms of excessive oil usage with either the primary or the transmission or obviously the engine. I haven't had any excessive fuel usage. I made a video a few months back, and I average 32 miles per gallon how I like to ride, which is a little excessive, some might say it's normal, so it's all subjective. But driving it like that, I was averaging 32 miles per gallon, so that's always a nice thing. But it's been super reliable, the whole kit, and I still recommend it. The only problem that I have is, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I think there's a lot of limitations from the Harley Davidson, and this engine kit has a lot of potential, starting with the tuner, but I covered that when I passed 5,000 miles. And on this video, I just really kind of want to focus on if I've had any issues with it or anything that would raise concern, because when I started this channel, the point of the channel was to provide you all an honest reviews of the 131 Stage 4 kit in case you guys wanted to buy it or were considering buying it. So, and I've, since then, I've continued to make these videos, and I've touched in little parts here and there in terms of whether I've had issues or not, and I haven't throughout my videos. So yeah, so again, after 6,286 miles, do I recommend the Stage 4, the 131 Stage 4 kit? I do. I myself got it on sale for, $4,899 with labor included. So that's, just average it to $5,000. So for me, at that price, it was kind of a no-brainer. It was in January when almost nobody's buying these motorcycles, and so, so yeah, so that was my experience. And well, hello to you. That was my experience with it, and I didn't even test drive it with the 114, so I don't know what the 114 feels like, but I do know what this 131 Stage 4 kit. So in terms of the throttle response up here with the throttle, I think it's pretty quick. As soon as I kind of do this number right here, it already takes off. So I haven't had any issues, and I like that. So I had to get used to the throttle because it was very torquey, throttly, if you will. But since then, I haven't. It's just been awesome. Once I trained myself how to ride this bad boy. So, but here it is in all its glory, in its resting place when we're not in the streets. And again, I'm just going to end this video by saying that I definitely recommend this Stage 4 kit if you want to stay under warranty. And I'm weeks away, if not a month away, from going after market. So I can get more horsepower and more torque and just more fun, right? But if I decided to leave it like this, in my opinion, and I know it's only 6,286 miles, but in my opinion, I don't really foresee me having any issues because the speed limiter is 114 miles, but the rev, when I hit that, the rev, the RPMs, I want to say are like barely hitting 4,000 RPMs at the 6th gear. So it's not like I'm going, full RPM maxing out the RPM and maxing out the speed. So at 6th gear, it's probably around 4,000, maybe 4,200 RPM. At the 6th gear, that gives me 114 miles. That speed limiter is limiting me at, or us at, right? And so with that said, this engine here in itself it's not meeting its max potential. The cam it has in it is from Screaming Eagle, is the 517 cam. So obviously anything bigger than that, you would get more horsepower and gains. And obviously the tuner, if the tuner would, take that speed limiter and I guess kind of the rev limiter, if they, since they coincide off, and the max could, the rev limiter could max out at 6th gear at, let's just go with 6,500 RPM or 6,000. I think that the horsepower on this, just by changing the tuner and kind of changing those, and I'm not a tuning expert, but I think that would definitely give us better results with the same kit here. But understandably, if it's under warranty, they want to go ahead and maintain that warranty as much as possible without having to fix it, because they save money. It's business, right? We all get it. So, but that's all I have for today's video. Again, I am heading out to Sturgis 3 weeks from today, and what you see here is exactly how it's going to go. I have a tour pack coming over that the good folks over Alan over at Avon Black is sending me. So hopefully it gets here before we head out to Sturgis. I also have some other upgrades coming, not performance, but I'm actually going to add some LED lighting on the motorcycle. But before, I used to add LED lights like, by the gas tank and like over there, under the seat and by the front wheel. But this time, because this is pretty much a performance kind of build, the gas tank's going to have to come off, the wheels are going to have to come off, the fenders at some point. And then if I just kind of go bananas with racing, then, I'm not trying to have this, LED strip and having to disconnect it and cut zip ties and all that. So with that being said, I'm going to add LED lighting, but I'm only going to add it to the bottom of the Rogue light here, like on the frame on the bottom, kind of out the way of anything mechanical stuff. Same thing with the wiring. And I'm also going to add LEDs lighting over underneath the saddlebags. So, and that's pretty much going to be it. Maybe a few other spots that I think I can squeeze them in, but I'm not going to put any LEDs under the gas tank or in anywhere that I feel that would be cumbersome for any future engine work or repairs, right? Same thing with like I said, I know like in my street light, my 2014 street light I had it, a bunch of lights, which looks awesome, but I had some in the fenders and it just looked great. But this was more of a performance build. So, I obviously want to be seen, since I'll probably be riding at night at some point, during my Sturgis trip. And yeah, so I'm going to add it here, just basically just on the bottom so it can light up, just kind of like a car, right? So that's what I'm going to do there. And another thing, my Sturgis trip actually got extended, so I will be there until the 10th, and I'll be arriving there August 5th. Well, technically I'll be arriving there August 4th. August 5th, I have a commitment there, and I'm going to share every single thing with that, and which is part of my excitement to go to Sturgis, right? But I will be there, and I will be there returning on the 11th. So I got some extra days there. So the 10th would be the last night that I can go out and kind of hit it hard, responsibly, of course. So, but yeah, I think I might go to the Buffalo Chip and blah, blah, blah. But there's other videos coming on that. Nonetheless, I will close out this video by saying that the Stage 4 kit, the 131 Stage 4 kit from the Screaming Eagle Performance line, after 6,000 miles has been nothing but fun for me. And up until now, I definitely still recommend this engine or this kit if you are in the market or are thinking of buying it. And if you already bought it, then you have nothing to worry about. But everything else is stock transmission, stock comp, stock powertrain, everything, with the exception of obviously the wheels and the brakes and just the lighting, obviously. But in terms of the powertrain, it's still the same. So in closing, I recommend it. And yeah, so y'all ride safe, y'all ride free, and just try to give off positive vibes, and if you can't that day because it's a bad day, well then be around people that do have positive vibes, although that might be annoying. But anyways, until the next video, y'all be good, and 2147 crew is out.